My name's Isaiah Obi, and I'm playing Little Jackie.
And is this your first role?
Yes, for a while, this is my first role. I did a couple plays in middle school, but yes, this is my first.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Jackie Robinson?
My character, Little Jackie Robinson, he's a really determined individual. He really looks up to his older brother Mac, who is an athlete, so he wants to be just like him, but has a hard time in his neighborhood because a lot of the kids are just not treating him well, wanting to play with him. So he's trying to get through the struggles of being in his neighborhood and being the person that he wants to be as an athlete.
Are you anything like Jackie Robinson?
I would say that kind of. I am not a jock, but I do a lot of music and dance and singing. So that's something that I'm really determined to do. But just like Jackie Robinson, his mom is telling him that he has to, go to school and get his education, and so that's what I'm gonna do with my music before I can take that to the next level.
And seeing the show or any reading that you've done, has Jackie inspired you in any way?
Yeah, his determination just really makes you wonder kind of how like the people who are on top, what their mindset was when they started, like how when they were younger, what was their mindset to get to where they are, because it all starts then.
What impressed you about this role that made you want to try out for it?
Jackie Robinson's a great guy. So, I mean, he is determined. He's the best of the best. So, to play him as a younger role really kind of puts me in the shoes of him when he was younger, of course. And yeah,
That's good. That's good. Thank you so much. My name is SHERI Williams-Pannell, and I'm the director of Most Valuable Player, which is being produced by the Children's Theater of Madison. And I am joined by Jackie Terry, who portrays Mally Robinson, the mother of Jackie Robinson, and Trevon Jackson, Jackie Robinson. I would like for you just to take a moment and talk about your characters in the piece.
As you stated before, I played Jackie Robinson's mother, and I think the presence of her in the play is very, very important, and in order to establish where his inspiration came from, who had his grounding in place so that he could propel to become the person that he was.
Yes.
And I think she was very supportive. But at the same token, she was very, very insistent that that education was ticket to his greatness.
Yes. All right. And Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, I play Jackie Robinson. In my view, American hero. The first black baseball player to make it into the MLB. So he set the standard for so many others to come after him. And his role in the play is for us to follow him in his journey through, the isolation, the times of strength, the times of anguish that he went through, and he did have a close relationship with his mother. So I agree, she needs to be in this show, because that's starting off the home base. That was his launching pad, and he soared to greatness. And it's important to tell this story, I think, because the problems that were happening back then have morphed into, being shown as a little bit different now than they were outright. And I think it's good to remind people of this specific story, which will kind of branch people out into remembering, what was happening during the time and everybody else who had to struggle. and him being a role model and a leader.
I'm glad to hear you say that the importance of telling these sort of stories, historical stories, American stories, because it appears there are certain aspects of American history that have been omitted in the teaching in our schools, and even aspects of American history that are so hurtful that it's hard to revisit them. But I think it's important for us to tell these stories so that we can learn from them and hopefully be inspired by them. The resolve, the strength of people such as Jackie Robinson, and not just to open the doors for a professional baseball player, but for professional athletes, period. Be you a person of color or even a woman, he opened that door. I'm just wondering, Jackie, in the piece, we hear the use of the word nigger. Some people are very put off by that or taken aback by it. Do you feel it is important to have such a word in the Theater for Young Audiences program?
In the historic contents, it's necessary.
Okay.
I don't like the word. The word was designed to hurt us as a people. The word was designed to make us feel that we were inferior. But if you're going to tell the truth about the life of Jackie Robinson, that has to be included. You can't pick out and extrapolate those pieces that you like and you don't like because you're not being authentic to the story. The lesson of Sankofa in African culture says that in order for you to know your history, you have to go back and fetch it. So this is a Sankofa moment, that we have to go back and get that history, and so that we can propel ourselves forward to the greatness that, and to our divine place in the universe.
Absolutely. And Trayvon, you as a character have to hear this name imposed upon you over and over again. What does that do to you as an actor?
As an actor, it's more of a reminder. It's not one of those things where I don't get offended at it. I have to, as the character, that is a big thing for the character, and so you can't completely separate yourself from that, or else it's not going to be authentic. But hearing that, I don't leave the theater and go, oh man, that was, because I know that we're doing it for a reason, and I understand that it's an educational thing, and it's an art form. It's part of our art form and what we're trying to accomplish with the show. I myself, I don't like the word, nor do I like what it has become. Black people saying it to black people, white people saying it to black people, white people saying it to white people, and it's a culture type of a thing that has shifted into this thing that I just don't think it's necessary. But I do think it's necessary for the show to be authentic to the story, like she said. If you don't remember what happened in history, you're going to repeat it, and it's going to be easier for you to do that if you put a blind eye. And I think it starts with our children. And when we do things like this for children's theater, I think it helps. It really does help the educational system, and it inspires children, and I think their imaginations will grow from it. So.
Okay. And that being said, we encourage you to attend a performance of Most Valuable Player, being produced by the Children's Theater of Madison. The story of Jackie Robinson.
It's a natural fact. When Jackie comes to bat, the other team is through. Can't you see Jackie Robinson?